Rhinos, massive and powerful creatures, possess incredible strength that few animals dare to challenge. Despite their gentle appearance, when threatened, rhinos can launch a fierce attack that even predators fear. Their strikes are swift and powerful, capable of changing the course of events in the wild. In this video, we'll witness some of the most spectacular rhino attacks, which will surely leave you in awe. Join us to uncover the mysteries behind the rhino's strength and the unbelievable attacks they carry out. You won't want to miss these thrilling moments. The lion, the ultimate symbol of power and dominance, strikes fear into the hearts of all who cross its path. But when it comes face to face with a rhino, a hulking beast armed with a steel-like horn and rippling muscle, the tables turn fast. This isn't a predator-prey scenario anymore. It's a raw, wild showdown between two forces of nature where brute strength crashes head-on in breath-stealing battles. Roars shake the air, dust clouds swirl, and horn strikes thunder like explosions, creating wild, unbelievable moments where even the strongest can fall in a split second. Ah, hot toddy. The rhino, while foraging, accidentally wandered into lion territory. Spotting the intruder, a lioness crept up and leapt from behind, startling the rhino into turning around and charging. A male lion, sensing danger, rushed in to attack, but against the rhino's massive frame, he was thrown back like a rag doll. Realizing it had ventured into the wrong place, the rhino turned around and walked away. A young rhino was out foraging with its mother when it unknowingly crossed paths with a pride of lionesses. Spotting the vulnerable calf, the lions closed in, surrounding and chasing it, each one creeping forward, trying to intimidate the frightened youngster. But what they didn't dare forget was the real threat, the massive rhino mother, keeping a close eye on their every move. Faced with such a formidable opponent, the predators held back, circling cautiously, too afraid to make a move. In the wild, when a rhino and a lion, two of nature's most powerful icons, come face to face, it's more than a showdown. Really, it's a heart-pounding clash between instinct and dominance. With piercing eyes, lightning reflexes, and pack-hunting tactics, lions sometimes take the bold risk of approaching a rhino, looking for an opening. But the rhino is no easy target. The moment it senses danger, it lets out a roar, lowers its head, and charges like a living tank. Entire prides can be sent flying, scattering in chaos. Sometimes they hang on, refusing to back down, and sometimes they're thrown off in an instant. Every encounter is a pulse-pounding drama where the rules of the wild can flip in a second. This is nature at its fiercest and most unpredictable, a place where there are no weak ones, only those brave enough to stand their ground. One clear example of the power gap between rhinos and lions is when a lioness gets thrown through the air by a single charge. Even dominant male lions have no choice but to retreat in the face of a rhino's raw force and unshakable determination. Moments like these prove that in the wild the rhino is a force to be reckoned with, not a creature that yields easily. In a shocking video clip, two male lions are feeding when a massive rhino suddenly charges in and interrupts the scene. With overwhelming strength and fierce determination, the rhino turns the predator's feast into total chaos. Despite trying to reclaim their meal, the two lions are forced to retreat in the face of the unstoppable force of the intruder. A clear message: this is the rhino's territory, and that meal now belongs to him. Hyenas, the misunderstood predators, are far more than just scavengers as many believe. Armed with steel-trapped jaws, incredible teamwork, and fearless boldness, they're even willing to challenge giants like rhinos. Whether cloaked in the darkness of night or under a blazing sunset, their confrontations erupt like sudden storms. On one side, a multi-ton powerhouse with a horn capable of crushing anything in its path. On the other, a cunning, relentless pack of quick-footed hyenas. As jaws snap and roars echo through the trembling earth, viewers hold their breath, witnessing a breathtaking clash of courage versus survival instinct. This isn't just the tale of the strongest, it's a wild anthem to nature's shocking audacity. Out on the savannah, a mother rhino and her calf find themselves in a dangerous situation as a pack of aggressive hyenas launches an attack. The hyenas repeatedly try to get close to the young rhino, but the mother charges in fearlessly, doing everything she can to block their path and protect her calf. As the little one sprints ahead in an attempt to escape, the mother stays close behind, acting as a living shield. The hyenas persist, trailing them with relentless determination, refusing to give up their target easily. Will the mother and calf make it out safely? Under the scorching sun, two hyenas are cooling off, quietly resting by a watering hole. Not far away, two rhinos are drinking when they suddenly grow uneasy at the presence of the hyenas and decide to drive them off. Unwilling to confront the much stronger duo, the hyenas silently retreat, surrendering the watering hole to the more dominant beasts. Elephants, with their massive size and majestic tusks, are often seen as symbols of strength and intelligence. But when faced with a rhino, a challenger equally fierce, their battles become spectacular and full of drama. Despite the rhino's superior strength and sharp tusks, it doesn't easily back down in the face of an elephant, and the confrontations between these two giants will leave you holding your breath. From powerful charges to relentless combat, each fight is a testament to strength and the will to survive. It's not just a physical contest, but a battle of resilience, intelligence, and unstoppable determination. In the barren land, a mother and her calf are wandering in search of water, unaware that a massive elephant is silently watching them from a distance. Realizing the rhinos have entered its territory, the elephant steps forward, blocking their path. When the rhinos refuse to leave, the elephant uses its trunk and stomps its feet to signal them to go away. However, the mother rhino remains determined and continues her march, leaving the elephant helplessly watching them as they move on. As the elephant crosses the river to reach the opposite shore, it unexpectedly encounters a group of hippos lounging in the water. Seeing the elephant intrude on their territory, an angry hippo charges forward, attempting to bite the elephant's tail to chase it away. However, the elephant remains unfazed, calmly continuing its journey as if nothing had happened. As a herd of elephants was moving along in search of food, they suddenly came across a rhino blocking their path. But the elephants didn't change direction. They just calmly kept walking straight ahead. Seeing this, the rhino got nervous and thought it might be under attack, so it quickly charged forward to defend itself. But after realizing the elephants weren't looking for a fight, the rhino stepped aside and let them pass. Lions, the kings of the jungle, are always distinguished by their strength, agility, and sharp hunting instincts. But when faced with a rhino, a giant and powerful warrior, their battles become truly unbelievable. Both of these species possess extraordinary strength, But when a lion dares to challenge a rhino, it's a clash of strategy, power, and courage. With fierce attacks and intense confrontations, each battle between the lion and the rhino is a testament to survival and their fierce fighting instincts. Discover these dramatic encounters where natural strength is pushed to its limits. A rhino, while grazing, suddenly encounters a pride of lions lying nearby. Seeing this, a male lion charges forward to defend, but the rhino quickly fights back, thrusting its horn at him. In the end, the male lion retreats, and the rhino turns and walks away. As the rhino is walking, it comes across a pair of lions resting nearby. When the rhino approaches, the two lions startle and leap to their feet. Realizing the rhino is charging toward them, the lions quickly retreat into the bushes, leaving the rhino to continue on its journey. Elephants, the gentle giants of the savannah, stand out not just for their incredible intelligence and sheer power, but also for the heart-pounding clashes they have with rhinos that keep viewers glued to the screen. Beneath the blazing sun of the wild, where brute strength is the only language that matters, these elephant-rhino face-offs unfold like epic royal battles in the animal kingdom. When these two mighty icons charge at each other, the air seems to freeze. Every headbutt, every earth-shaking stomp adds to the tension, leaving the audience breathless. It's more than just a fight for survival. It's a fierce display of pride and dominance between two of Africa's strongest creatures. These wild, raw, and intense moments are exactly why nature never fails to capture the human heart. In the dry, sun-scorched wilderness, a mother rhino and her calf quietly roam in search of water, unaware that a massive elephant is silently watching their every move from a distance. Sensing its territory has been trespassed, the elephant steps forward, blocking their path and confronting them head-on. When it sees the rhino has no intention of backing down, it uses its trunk and feet to signal them away, clearly marking a boundary not to be crossed. Yet the mother rhino stands her ground and keeps moving forward, leaving the elephant with no choice but to watch helplessly as she passes. A young rhino appears near the territory of an elephant herd, and upon seeing this, a massive elephant steps in to block its way. The elephant moves forward step by step, causing the rhino to back off, then raises its trunk and stomps its feet in an attempt to scare the calf away. But the stubborn little rhino just stands there staring until the elephant eventually gives up. As a herd of elephants slowly makes its way across the grasslands, they suddenly come face to face with a rhino. The elephants continue forward calmly, completely unfazed, while the rhino, fearing an attack, charges ahead in a defensive stance. But once it realizes the herd means no harm, the rhino steps aside and lets them pass. In the wild, the lion may be king, but when facing a full-grown rhino, even the fiercest predator has to think twice. Lions usually target weak, isolated calves, but when a mother rhino senses danger, her fury erupts like a storm. With surprising speed and a spear-like horn, she charges back with unstoppable force, sending the lions scrambling for their lives. Few encounters are as jaw-dropping as the moment a full-grown lion is launched into the air by the sheer power of a rhino. This isn't just a battle between predator and prey. It's a high-stakes showdown between two of the most iconic forces on the African savanna. In a tense encounter, the lionesses attempted to attack, but were quickly met with a powerful countercharge from the rhino. Even the male lion had to retreat in the face of the rhino's strength and relentless determination. The rhino not only defended itself, but also asserted its dominance as a true king of the wild, a creature not easily subdued even when facing the most dangerous predators. Sometimes, even a rhino becomes prey, especially in situations like this, where a young rhino is unable to escape the attack of a male lion. The predator sinks its sharp teeth into the rhino's body as the young one struggles in pain. But with no strength left to break free, it ultimately succumbs, becoming the lion's next meal. The rhino, with its massive body and sharp horn, is one of nature's greatest warriors. Despite its superior strength, it isn't afraid to engage in fierce confrontations, even with other mighty creatures in the wild. The battles between rhinos or with other giant animals will leave you holding your breath. Each powerful collision, every charge full of strength, and every fight is a test of power, resilience, and survival instinct. These moments are not only physical challenges, but also a symbol of relentless perseverance in a harsh and unforgiving wild world. The African elephant, the largest land animal on Earth, is a symbol of intelligence, power, and majesty in the wild. Weighing up to 6 tons, with long tusks, large ears, and a versatile trunk, African elephants are not only peaceful grazers, but also formidable warriors when threatened. In rare but dramatic confrontations with rhinos, creatures clad in armor-like skin and armed with sharp horns, elephants often gain the upper hand thanks to their sheer size and fierce fighting spirit. These battles typically erupt over water sources, territory disputes, or during mating season. Though rhinos are known for their aggression and toughness, they can still be completely overpowered by an experienced adult elephant. Such encounters between these two giants are not just displays of brute strength, but powerful reminders of the harsh, unpredictable nature of life in the wild. A clear example of the tension between elephants and rhinos is when an elephant attacked a mother rhino protecting her calf. Despite her brave resistance, the mother was quickly overwhelmed by the elephant's powerful tusk strikes. Faced with relentless force and superior strength, she was forced to retreat to protect both herself and her young. This scene captures a nighttime battle between two giants of the African savanna. As they charge at each other, the rhino is quickly overpowered. The elephant uses its powerful tusks to knock its opponent down, but in a moment of distraction, the rhino manages to escape, narrowly avoiding defeat at the last second. Hyenas, the infamous predators of Africa, are known for their eerie laughter, powerful jaws, and highly effective pack hunting strategies. Though often labeled as scavengers, hyenas are actually skilled hunters capable of taking down wildebeests, buffaloes, and even challenging lions for a kill. However, when facing a rhino, a creature clad in armor, thick skin, and armed with a dangerous horn, hyenas rarely gain the upper hand. In such encounters, they often rely on harassment tactics, attempting to distract and wear down the rhino by attacking from multiple angles. But against the rhino's overwhelming strength and ferocity, most of these attempts end with the hyenas retreating. These confrontations reveal that no matter how clever and relentless they are, hyenas still tread carefully around the living fortress of the African savanna. In a real-life encounter, a rhino was surrounded by a pack of hyenas, but showed no signs of fear. It fought back fiercely, using its overwhelming strength to push the attackers back. Despite their intelligence and persistence, the hyenas couldn't match the rhino's raw power and were ultimately forced to flee. This battle proves that a fully grown rhino is no easy target, even when outnumbered by a pack of skilled predators. Hippos, with their massive bodies and terrifying strength, are truly one of the dominant creatures of the rivers and streams. Although they primarily live in water, when necessary, hippos can strike with incredible power and relentlessness. When facing off against a rhino, the battle becomes a fierce contest between two powerful monsters. The rhino, with its sharp horn and resilient body, meets the hippo, armed with its incredibly strong teeth and unmatched striking force. These confrontations are not only tests of strength, but also fierce displays of survival instincts from both species, creating dramatic moments that leave viewers unable to look away. In the lush green savanna, a herd of rhinos is busy foraging. Nearby, a group of hippos leisurely soaks in the cool water. Disturbed by the presence of the rhinos, one hippo suddenly emerges onto the shore, baring its large teeth in an attempt to chase them away. However, one rhino charges forward, attacking to assert dominance, forcing the hippo to retreat, scared and silent. Seeing that the hippo no longer resists, the rhino turns back and continues to enjoy its meal. A small swamp in the wild, a hippo is soaking in the water, enjoying the moment, when suddenly a large rhino appears. The rhino approaches, wanting to share the water source, but the hippo opens its massive mouth and roars in a threatening manner. Undeterred, the rhino stands its ground, not backing down until another hippo arrives. Together, the hippos force the rhino to retreat. The rhino resists, but being outnumbered, it is eventually toppled by the hippos and falls into the muddy water.